Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Absolute Biopharma. I am your host Pallavi and on this channel you will find everything related to the biopharma world. So far on my channel I have discussed about biopharmaceuticals, bioprocess engineering, GLP, clean room classification, AHU, cell line, cell growth curve, aseptic techniques, cell culture media, contamination and cell banking and storage. So from this video onwards I will talk about biologic drug, amino acids, protein structure, post-translation modification and insulin. So without any further ado, let's get started. At the end of this video, I am going to share with you recent openings in various biopharma industry with their email IDs so that you can forward your resume to them. So do watch the video till the end. So let's start with what is a biologic drug. So in this video I am going to cover what is a biologic drug, why are they important, the manufacturing of a biologic drug, protein therapeutics versus small molecules and protein therapeutics. So let's begin the video. So what is a biologic drug? When we utilize cells as factories for the production of protein therapeutics is biologic drug. So why are they important? Because they are used as therapeutics and they are used to treat the diseases that are untreatable. So let us see some of the biologic products that are available in the market. They can be in the form of proteins, vaccines, blood components, cell therapies, natural hormones and plant or animal extracts. So the idea of using proteins as drugs to treat the disease is not foreign. Our immune system inherently developed customized proteins for recognizing pathogens like viruses or bacteria when we are infected. So these customized proteins are called antibodies. They circulate in the blood and they will neutralize the pathogen when they come in contact with the antibodies. Let us see the manufacturing of the biologic drug. It includes cell line development, upstream processing and downstream processing. Let us see each step individually. Before starting cell line development, let us see all the steps that are involved in a biologic drug production. That is host cell identification, cell line development, upstream production, downstream production, drug substance, fill and finish. So in modern biomanufacturing uses the machinery of living cells to produce our target protein. Here we will choose type of cell we will use and will identify unique clonal variants that produce the largest quantity of our target biologic drug while also maintaining its quality. At the end of this process, we will have identified one single clone that will be used throughout the rest of the process. Upstream processing. The production of cells are grown in large reactors to produce our desired product. The reactor operating conditions will depend on the chosen cell line and a series of optimization experiments performed at smaller scale during development. At the end, we will have hundreds of liters of cell culture fluid containing our target product, host cell, other proteins that may have produced, and any remaining nutrients and components of the media used to sustain the cell growth. Downstream processing. The role of downstream processing is to purify biologic drug by using series of orthogonal steps to remove unwanted components from cell culture fluid. At the end, we will have a highly pure biologic drug substance. This drug is then mixed with other components in a process called fill and finish to enhance its stability or to improve its efficacy so that it is ready to administer to the patients. So here if you can see the process starts with centrifugation, filtration, chromatography, then again last step filtration. So the first centrifugation and filtration leads to the primary recovery, then the chromatography is initial purification. After that the next step of chromatography is for polishing, then the last is filtration that will include the formulation of the drug. Let us see protein therapeutics versus small molecules. So protein therapeutics are complex in nature whereas the small molecules are very simple in nature. Protein therapeutics are made of thousands of atoms, have molecular weight of several thousand Dalton and most fold into correct three-dimensional structure. Whereas the small molecules are fairly simple, made of fairly less than 100 atoms and have one shape. Protein therapeutics cannot be fully characterized with analytical tools, but Due to simplicity, the small molecules can be fully characterized using analytical technologies such as NMR. So protein therapeutics are administered through intravenously, whereas small molecules can be given orally. So in protein therapeutics, small changes in structure can result in large changes in the function, whereas the small molecules are versatile in nature. Let us see the classification of protein therapeutics. Protein therapeutics are classified on the basis of their function. So first is enzymatic or regulatory, second is special targeting activity, third is protein vaccines. So let's start by considering the first category, protein therapeutics with enzymatic or regulatory activity. The earliest example of a drug that can be used to restore the regulatory activity of a missing or a mutated protein is insulin, but there are many others now. Later in this module, we will look into the relationship between the structure and function of each of these molecules in more detail. The second category includes protein with special targeting activity. These proteins bind specifically to the endogenous proteins and interfere with their normal biological activity. Rituximab is one of the examples. This is an antibody against a protein that is found on the surface of the immune B cells that is used to treat B cell non-Hodgkin's lymphomas. Third is protein vaccines. These vaccines are used to protect against harmful pathogens like hepatitis B, influenza virus, or human papilloma virus. Vaccines are also being developed for the use in autoimmune diseases and for treating cancer. As in the beginning of my video, I have told that I will share with you some of the recent job vacancies, so here they are. First is Panacea Biotech. The post is for vaccine production upstream, downstream. The experience required is 3 to 6 years. The post is Senior Scientific Officer and Scientific Officer. The job location is Punjab. Qualification required is MSc Biotech or BTech Biotechnology. So here I have mentioned the email ID. You can directly post your resume or you can directly send your resume to the given address. Second is Rubizen. So the post is for vaccine production upstream, downstream. Here they have asked for the interns or freshers. So post qualification is MSc Biotechnology and BTech Biotechnology. Syngene International, the post is for upstream. Experience required is 1 to 6 years. The post is Senior Executive. Location is Bangalore. Qualification required is MSc Biotechnology or BTech Biotechnology. Here for this post you have to apply through the official website only. Next is Prime Group. The position is for quality control. Here freshers can apply. Qualification is MSc Microbiology. Last is Radiant Research Private Limited. Here the post is for cell biology. Here freshers can apply. So the post is research training. The job location is Bangalore. Qualification required is MSc Biotechnology. So that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you like the video, then do hit the subscribe button and share your valuable comments in the comment section below. So till then, have a great day.